Alright, you guys, so The Crow City of Angels is the sequel to The Crow, of course. And it starts off with Ash and his son Danny. Well, it don't start that way, but you know, it's going to tell you how it got that way. Are talking in their apartment, and of course, you know, his son and him hears a gunshot. Now, when I was a kid, my mom always told me, if you hear a gunshot, this is what you do. Boom. What does his son do? Boom. Let's go see what that scary noise was. No, son, no. And then they come up to a fucking gang of people brutally murdering and beating a fellow gang member. And they catch them, of course. And of course they are brutally murdered and dumped in the ocean or river. And so the rules apply the same as the first one. The Crow is supposed to bring back one of those who's been done wrong, and he must be brought back to right that wrong. And so the Crow brings him back in a matter of 5 or 10 minutes, right after this movie began. So that's pretty fast, because this movie is like 10 minutes shorter than I believe the first one. I think the first one was 94 minutes, this one's 84 minutes. So he comes back and seeks revenge on those who killed him and his son. And of course, also back from the first one is Sarah. Not the same girl, mind you, because she is a little bit older. Now I have to say, this movie was half a click away from being sorry. Why? Because the movie has terrible acting. The Crow, not the person Crow, but the Crow, the little go, oh, God, looks terrible. A little bit. Looks like he's on a string, and the budget of this movie was $13 million. So I don't know what the fuck they were doing with this budget. Because it did not look like it went to this movie. The makeup on him, let's just say Brandon Lee's makeup was better. This one just looked like it was just thrown on there. You know, it just looks like a cash-in and a slap in the face to Brandon Lee at the same time, because it is almost the same plot. So they did recycle that plot. But they did do a little something different in the middle, towards the end. So he kind of gets broken. If you get what I'm saying, broken. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And something of his kind of gets hijacked, and he has to fight it the way it is, and stuff like that. It's just a meh sequel. You know, it's just there, just to make a quick buck. And the movie only made $17 million, so not even though it made its budget back, it still failed. And thank God it did, because The Crow is a movie you don't really need a sequel to. Okay, you don't need a sequel to this. Why? What was the point? His purpose was done. Even though it's a different guy, I get that. But why? Why even have some type of tie-in to the first one at all by bringing back that character, Sarah, and then doing something with her at the end of the movie that didn't make no kind of sense, didn't even need to be in the movie to even make sense? Why couldn't you just make it standalone or something? I just don't get it. But The Crow almost failed. I don't know what saved this movie from failing. I don't know if it was Vincent Perez's and Iggy Pop's performances, because they were kind of decent, even though I think Vincent Perez kind of overacted a little bit as the Crow. I don't know. And it does lose that comic-like feel to it that the first one had. So it's like just a regular standard movie now. So yeah, not much to be seen here. Crow City of Angels gets a D for me. Not the best movie ever. Although it's not the worst Crow, it's just not a good one. Not the best one either. So the best one is still the first one with Brandon Lee, and probably will always be the best one. I hope so. So yeah, got 2 more Crow movies to go, people. So say a prayer for me. So yeah, that's my review of Crow, City of Angels. Let me know what y'all think about this movie. Did y'all see it? Did y'all like it? Did y'all hate it? I don't know anybody who said they would like this movie. If you like this movie, something's wrong with you. Seriously. But yeah, I'm out. Thank you guys for making me reach 900 subscribers. I appreciate that very much. I will have a awesome shout outs 5 and a giveaway coming soon. I do have in mind what I might give away, but I'm not going to tell you until that day, and then I'll give it away during that day when it comes out. You got like 2 weeks. Although a lot of things come out in 2 weeks. But yeah. Later.